And I think we're live. Yeah, I think we can keep going with this. Ooh, what happened here? Oh, that's right, we just cleared depth 4. Let's see if I can get the chat going. Oop, not yet. I'll try again in a moment. Alright, what's happening here? We're training spellcasting, that seems good. Fire magic, conjurations. Let's put spellcasting back on a normal quarter here. I kind of want to get fire magic to the point where we can cast Firestorm. 30%. 30% and counting. No, still not set up there. I have yet to figure out how long it takes to for the delay to stop or whatever it is. But we'll get there. Spells. I feel like I haven't been using Vampiric Draining enough when we get into sticky situations. I feel like I've been playing really loose. I think I've been pretty overconfident, actually, the past few levels. Interesting. Shadow Creatures. Shadow Creatures is pretty good. Though I'm not sure how much it needs to scale with spell skill. That is to say, I don't know if it's worth it to memorize Shadow Creatures unless I want to put points into summoning, which certainly at some point is an option. But I feel like that's kind of a long way off. Here we go. Finally. Alright. Excellent. I can see you now, chat. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Huh. Okay. What's in our inventory? Magical power, protection from fire. Our rings that we don't really care about. Conceivably, it is possible that at some point we might use a ring of magical power if we have increased our intelligence through other gear to the point where we don't we can actually just give up 4 points of intelligence without really caring, which we're not there. But ring of magical power is an extra. It's an extra firestorm at least. I forget exactly. Maybe it's only 8 additional magic points. I feel like it's more than that, but I think it's at least 1 firestorm. I think it's at least 9. Get things organized here. I've had a good day, but it was pretty long. Okay. This seems like a tough staircase. Let's just do this. Let's see what kind of damage this puts out. Okay, well it doesn't output a great deal. I get the feeling like it's less effective if you are at full hit points. Maybe I'm wrong on that. What is this? Air elementals. Yeah, this is actually one of the more annoying monsters in the game. Control winds, it makes air elementals spawn. Actually, I think we get experience for it, so it's okay. But They cannot be abjured. They're not truly summoned beings. And we have our cool crossbow. And a reasonable amount of skill in crossbow, although I guess the penetration is nice. Hey Genja, hey Dr. X. Glad to see you both. Welcome back. Let's try draw number 3. Oh, we have a couple of another lich. Or maybe it's the same lich. I don't know if regular liches respawn after you kill them. It's possible. That wasn't exactly my plan. Oh no, we did blow up the lich. Excellent. Okay. I now want to move away from the summoned demons. Ugh. That's really the reason why liches are tough, especially for living characters, is because they can summon demons which can just torment. Oh, is it good news, Doctor? That sounds like an exciting sentence to start with. Kinda want to grab that wand because it's hopefully, in fact, we have a 2 out of 3 chance that it'll be good if we use it on ourselves. So let's do that. Oh, Wand of Frost. Shucks. We can just drop that off. Yeah, I really want to find out what this is. Okay, so now if we get a scroll of acquirement, we are definitely wishing for a wand. Because it would be either a wand of haste or a wand of healing. And both are delightful. The dragon I want to try and kill in such a manner that it leaves a corpse, but I think 1 Orb of Destruction will not slay it. Oh, so close! So close! Oh, but that is so impressive. Well done, Dr. X. That is... Congratulations. That's really cool. Victory was within sight. That's... Oh, wow. You know that you can do it now. You know that you can... oh, yeah. Yep, that'll do it. Pandemonium Lords. Sometimes you just run into them at the top of a staircase and you're just toast. But you know, you'll do it next time. I believe it. You basically did it this time. Like you didn't you got to the bottom, and that's the tough part. Good, we did get a zombie from it. Okay. I think this is still the. Yeah. Oh wow. Well, congratulations. That's so cool. I'm really happy for you. That's excellent. Well, and hopefully hopefully with this character you'll get to see a few Pandemonium Lords get taken down and learn some tricks and stuff for next time. Because sometimes those ascensions are real rough. And I mean, 2 Pandemonium Lords, that's That's one of the rougher ones that I think I've seen. Um, yeah. I am very okay with it using frost bolts on us. I don't think that that's going to do much. Oh no, our intelligence has been drained. Firestorm is now further off. We can. Ooh, yikes! That is Hydras. Hydras are rough. We can restore our stats instantly by using the self-restoration ability, but it uses one permanent MP, and I don't really want to do that. Like 3 intelligence drain right now is not bad enough that it won't just come back in time. Although, maybe if you're undead, those things don't naturally regenerate at all. I mean, that's certainly possible. I think it's worth the risk waiting and seeing. I mean, we're probably good anyway. Okay. Hmm. That's right. Orbs of Destruction are really good against those guys. Because... Oh, no! Didn't mean to hit you, zombie. Um... I'm not sure how I actually selected that option. That was a cool screen, though. Those situations are really tricky to evaluate because, um, like the Ascension, especially because you don't know when or where things are going to spawn, so you can't really, you don't have a guaranteed escape except to the next staircase up. Hopefully, hopefully there isn't something that's just a Pandemonium Lord that's way, way, way faster than you, and it just catches you. So, turning and fighting can work, but then that's a delay on getting out of there, and more things can spawn. It's tough, but I believe you'll do it next time. I have great confidence in you, sir, or madam, or whichever you choose. Bloom. The other things that I mean, we are really powerful when we land our spells. We do a lot of damage, and we will do even more soon enough. Soon enough. Okie dokie. Can do a little bit of... nice. Killed it. And spellcasting at level 20. Excellent. We have 7 spell levels at this point, which is really cool. Mm. Mm. What else could we learn? Lehudib's Crystal Spear is really cool. I like that spell a lot. I think we would be able to cast it. Maybe not. We would probably have to get a few levels in Earth Magic. Hmm. Yeah, Granite Grant was just so much fun. Chabriados, once you familiarize yourself with Chabriados, it becomes just real easy to get real strong. The early game is much harder, like the early to mid game, getting through the layer is much more difficult, I think. But yeah, if you just go Monk of Che, that because when then instead of having to level up your piety from the very beginning, where you don't really get much of a bonus from Chabriados, you start with 2 pips of piety and you just start rocking stuff because it's I think already a +5 stat boost or something insane at 2 pips, at least +5, maybe more like +8. The max is +15 to all of your stats. So strong. And yes, Tiberius is definitely challenging. I've had some really close calls on this character, but I think that that's been kind of a good thing. I think that it is reminding me that I need to be cautious in time to get to the Zot realm and try and do a ziggurat. I want to do everything that you can do on this character. I want to get all 15 runes, and I want to clear a ziggurat. That is the goal. The ziggurat is sort of a discretionary call. I may not choose to finish a ziggurat if I don't have the equipment. But generally, if you can get through half of a ziggurat and then survive in Pandemonium long enough to get to other ziggurats, you can eventually get to the point where you can clear one because you're getting marginally better gear each time, and sometimes you just find the crazy stuff. Really, the tricky thing at that point is are limitations on your consumable resources, which can go pretty quickly. I mean, if we run out, for example, of all ways to heal ourselves or something, which we will have one of those at some point, either a Wand of Healing or Bjorgnor's Revivification. Gosh, that's a hard spell to say. I love it. Bjorgnor's Revivification. Preferably a Wand of Healing, because Bjorgnor's is pretty tough. Pretty tough to cast, and it exacts a high price for. It's a very very yeah, this is a necromancy spell. Absolutely, it belongs in the school. You sacrifice 15% of your maximum hit points, or yeah, maximum hit points to fully heal yourself. It's pretty raunchy. That's just so cool. Ooh, Spellforged Servitor. That is something that I probably want to have. Maybe it is worth putting points into summoning then. And that would grant us access to Aura of Abjuration. I think that's a pretty good idea. I like that plan. Cool. Oh, really? Oh, no, okay. I thought that our Yaktar was shooting bolts at it, and I didn't think zombies could use range weaponry. This is not what I want to be doing. I do not want to be running towards a bunch of enemies and a pool of lava. That just seems like a terrible idea. Let's get back to somewhere actually safe. Or safer, Nowhere is truly safe. Hell Knights, yeah. Shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, Pain, it doesn't matter to us. Throw Flame or Bolt of Fire, we're 3 pips resistant. Haste could be dangerous. Though I think it's possible that that haste on a monster only means haste itself, and that haste other is the separate spell that allows it to haste its allies. But I don't know. Maybe haste means yourself and others, and haste other just means you can't haste yourself. I don't know. we would have to see it in conjunction with something else, but I want to say that it can only haste itself. Still, not too tough. The weaponry on these guys is the tricky part. Because sometimes it can be really heavily enchanted. But they are not friends of cold. Also, the benefit of Firestorm is that even creatures that are immune to fire take damage from Firestorm, like 30 to 33% of it, I think. Of the 30 to 33% of the damage of Firestorm cannot be resisted, period. So you're generally in pretty good shape if you can land one of those. Well, it can haste himself, so. A deep troll. Deep troll shaman. Yeah, see this, because this has haste other and might other, but not haste. Troll zombies are really good to have. I kinda want one. This crossbow is also doing a reasonable amount of damage. Let's pull this guy upstairs and just kind of chop him down. Or bolt him down. I do want to have some on this level. Oop. No, that's not the button I wanted to press there. That is what I wanted to do. Beautiful. Rest here. So intelligence is very slow to return. I'm unsure if it ever will without a sacrifice of a mana point. But if we've got to do that, we've got to do that. I will have to sort of evaluate that at some point to see. I would want to wait until level 27 probably before I did any of that. Or until I was in a situation where I really needed Firestorm. But as it is, I mean, for example, there's a big difference between 44 and 45 mana points because it means you can cast, 5 versus 4 Firestorms. 9th level spells. Well, and have a blink left over. That's actually what it would do. It would give you about 2 additional mana points. Or rather, you would gain an extra mana point in the turn and take. Because spell power isn't exactly as important as spell efficiency. I mean, or rather, it's part of spell efficiency, but it's only one component of many. The average damage that you do per pool of mana is a irrelevant number. And to do that, you have to have the number of spells you can cast, the variety of spells to which you have access. So, like, defensive spells are, net effective hit points, but they're a reduction of your damage, it seems. Like, I'm still kind of thinking out loud involving casters, because this is, I think, the furthest I've ever come with a pure-ish spellcaster that hasn't been Chabritos. Yeah, bolt spells are really, really good. That's why one of the reasons why I was so excited to find this crossbow of penetration is because, aside from just giving us exactly the resistances that we want and an intelligence bonus, which is insane, and we just found it on the ground somewhere. Awesome. Maybe it was in the wizard lab? Is that what we found in the wizard lab? It seems really good. It was in some branch that we risked our lives in and found. Anyway, is because having a bolt a crossbow bolt is really strong, I think. The ability to hit multiple targets at once greatly increases the efficiency of a spell. I mean, it can literally double it or triple it. The average is not quite. I wonder what it is. The percentage of time that you actually do manage to hit more than one target with a bolt spell. I mean, in theory, it could be 100%. If you are 100% efficient with bolt spells, you always hit more than one target with it. I think is the answer. So yeah, all that to say, especially if you're not doing the whole minions thing, these often get in the way. Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Wizard Lab was the spellcasting one, which was worth the trip. I think that got us a solid point or two. Yeah, see, right there I was being really inefficient. I was casting those things without hitting more than one target at the same time. But the problem is right now I don't have a single target ranged effect that leaves a corpse. Except Tukima's Dance, maybe. I suppose I should check to see how magic resistant they are. Very resistant. Only somewhat resistant. Somewhat resistant. Okay, so now we're hitting 2 targets. And I think these guys are vulnerable to cold. Yeah. So getting these guys in a line is really nice. If we can kind of do this sort of thing. We've been able to deal with salamanders for a long time. When we were much weaker in the game, we were able to deal with salamanders. I think, yeah, because we had the snake pits, didn't we? Yeah. Yeah, we had a lot of salamanders, and we were fine then. We are certainly no more vulnerable now. Have we done Elf 3 yet? I kind of have forgotten where we've been. Yeah. It just took us a long time to get through the vaults, I think. We have not yet done the crypts. Actually, the crypts seems like it would be really easy. I don't want that to... Oh, I still have an enemy. Gosh, what am I doing? Oh, our crossbow, yeah, is also penetration, but I don't think our crossbow is necessarily enough damage. We could have equipped bolts of cold, that would have been fine. Spriggan Animages. Magi. My old foe. Oh, he's deflecting missiles. Okay, shucks. Well, let's skedaddle. That was really poor play. As was that. We want to kill the... Better to kill one than just take a bunch of hits from... Kind of okay with having to rest up there. It does give me a little bit longer to postpone spending a mana point to get our intelligence back. I suppose we do want a Ring of Sustainabilities. That would be something that I would be willing to replace the Ring of Intelligence with. That is something for which I would be willing to replace the Ring of Intelligence. There we go. I guess things that are vulnerable to a particular element is another time when a bolt spell might be 100% efficient on one target. Maybe. Alright. Trying to sort of get a gauge again for how powerful my Orb of Destruction actually is. Death Yaks are not very good at pathing. Oh, no, sorry, Dragon Zombie. I wouldn't do that to you. Oh, again, we're underusing Vampiric Draining. Though our Necromancy skill level is, to be fair, not all that high. We do have the boost from just being a mummy, which is neat. Being a mummy and being over level 13. Or 13 or higher. Ooh, fireballs. Actually, we don't really care about fireballs. Not concerned. It does kill our zombies, sadly, but he replaced it with his own corpse. Let's step back a bit from this one. Okay, there we go. He sped himself up, so he dashed past our line of minions, thinking to strike us down, and instead ran into an orb of destruction. Let's just leave the door closed for now. And see, the reason why we get the ability to expend a permanent mana point to restore our abilities is because we don't have access to potions of restore abilities. The fact that mutations don't affect us, or rather affect our hit points and not our everything. We lose the benefit of being able to use potions of cure mutation to get rid of them, and we instead have to use the specifically wands of healing. Blam. We have enough zombies. We don't need a minotaur. We are strong. Zot trap. Zot traps are scary. Bolts of flame. Let's blink. Let's blink again. H. Okay. Good. That's what I was hoping for. Oops. Hit my own zombie, sorry. Totes didn't mean to. Yes, my minions. Scour them from this earth. What is this? Wielding a staff of conjuration. Interesting. Death Yak zombie doing work. Bloomers. Destruction. A gateway to hell. It is resistant to steam. That is a really niche resistance. I guess it is kind of cool that you can make clouds of steam and then stand in it, but still pretty, miscast Bolt of Cold, really? Huh. Guess I'd rather hit these guys. I'd rather hit all of them. That seems better. Boom. Boom shakalaka. Poison bothers me not. Oh, I should probably switch back to maybe Poison Bolt? Oh, no. It's resistant to poison, never mind. I really should stop picking up bolts of penetration. I don't need them. I'll just shoot them and then turn it off. Because our crossbow does that for us. I mean, think about it this way. At high, the reason why I don't want to train away from crossbows is because at high skill levels, what we effectively have is a variable spell. Like we have our crossbow bolts will be able to do any kind of elemental damage. Plus, we've got silver and steel, and it'll do it in a bolt that is full line of sight. Like it is kind of better than a 6th level spell, and we have 1,000 uses of it in a row. Is Haunt? Yeah, Haunt is necromancy summoning, so that is another reason to put points into summoning. Um, I don't think there really are any other high level damaging necromancy spells. Yeah, because I don't think Torment is a thing. No, the very highest level necromancy spells are very utility oriented. There's Bjorgnor's Revivification, Death's Door, which makes you invulnerable for a short time as you approach death. Like if you would die, instead you don't for a few turns. It's really strong. This is an excellent bolt of gold. And then Necromutation, which is very important for living characters that don't have another good way of avoiding torment. Swamp Tree. Oh, that's cool that it tells you that it's catching its breath. That's nice. That means it can't use its breath weapon at the moment. Though we would actually want it to spend turns using its breath weapon. We would prefer that. Because we don't care about poison. At all. Let's use steel here. And get a 3-fer. Let's blink. And let's kind of get back to somewhere moderately safe. Whoa. There's a Tengu warrior. That's super duper. Blame. Okay. Alright. I am mortal. Or, well, I can be destroyed. My mortal form can be destroyed. The mummy special boost, I mean, Haunt is cool. But I think, like, I kind of get the feeling like the boost is so that you can put this many points into necromancy and get the full effect out of it. Like I feel like it's sort of to make up for some of those spells not being useful. Actually, yeah, I don't even know if mummies can use Bjorknar's Revivification. I think it can affect undead things. And that's one of the reasons why it's important, because you can use it while you are necromutated, while you are undead. This is the entrance to the Realm of Zop. I mean, not like right here, but presumably. Oh yeah, it's in here. You can see because the tile is different. Instead of normal dungeon tile, it's this fancy floor tile. Also, it's the last unexplored place on the level, so it kind of has to be. Looks like it's an elemental-themed entrance, which is really cool. I like it. I'm mostly saying that because right now we're on the ones that are easy to kill. A lot of Bolts of Frost. Yeah, see, we have Bolts of Frost that we don't need mana for, effectively. I mean, it's not insane because our crossbow skill is level 15 and not level 25, but it's still good. That's mostly free, too. Okay, our Firestorm's back to 30% failure rate. But I have no worries that we will be able to cast it by Zot. Or rather, I'm positive that we will be able to do so. What am I doing wrong here? Not running away, probably? Stop it, that hurts. There we go. Closing doors because that way I think the dragon is faster? Or at least it looked to be faster than the dragon spawn. Are dragons faster than normal? Not necessarily. But they can't open doors. Dragons cannot open doors. Don't know what song is in my head. Oh, hey, we can feel our intelligence returning. Excellent. So I was justified in not spending the mana point, because we do regenerate it over time. Yeah, see, this is the situation that we needed to be in. Full mana, with a hallway, and just blast away with Orb of Destruction. That's very definitely the thing we should have done in the first place. Backed off, not continued on. Or just not let the dragon run up into our face. Can't drop anything in there out of sight, unfortunately. But, ooh, wow. Alright. Draconian Annihilator can cast a lot of really scary spells. Lahudub's Crystal Spear is really rough. Really rough. Blink, Iron Shot, Poison Arrow. Iron Shot is also pretty strong. Poison Arrow can hurt us, but not too badly. Zealot. Summon Demon, Hellfire Burst, Minor Healing, Smiting Enemy Dead. That sounds terrifying. So we'll do that, and then close the door. Peace. Not super duper effective, it seems. Bye-bye, dragon. Yeah, we can just rest on the other side of this door. Because dragons can't open doors. That's one of those things where I feel like there ought to be like a door destruction code in there. If I knew anything about coding, that's what I would add to this game. Some monsters should be able to get stuck, or should not be able to get stuck in front of a door. Although I suppose you could imagine the dungeon doors as being like great vaults of stone that you have to twist open, or like giant things that revolving caverns. I guess if I actually use my imagination, I can see how that could work. Here we go, a creepy Zot stone, and there is the gate. Alright. Yeah. Okay. Anything else we want to do before we go to Zot? No, I think we can go on in. I think we're strong enough. I think that will allow us to rapidly gain access to Firestorm. Yeah, 21% failure rate. Oh, this is so good. Getting there. Cool. And we have how many spell levels? 7 currently. Alright, that's something to think about. But we insert the Serpentine rune into the lock, and the lock glows eerily. We insert the silver rune, and a thick, heavy smoke blows from the lock. We insert the barnacled rune into the lock, and with a loud hiss, the gate opens wide. And we're in the realm of Zod. Zod 1, ladies and gentlemen, and others. And here's a hallway with a dragon at the end. Now that is something that... Oh, I see. Blowing things up can leave a corpse if you... if you get it like at exactly the right number of hit points? I don't know. Weird. Regardless, I'm happy that we have a zombie right away. Uncursed Amulet of Stasis. Not exciting. Oh, yeah, I was gonna make sure we don't pick up any more bolts of... Oh. It's either bolts or not bolts. Gotcha. Well, that's fine. Not too much of a hassle. That seems like a trap. It's a trap. Yeah, let's not... I'm so scared right now. Okay, we survived. Good. See, now we can blink. That's one really, really useful thing to remember, is that if you have a corner and then a long hallway like this, once you get to here, I think it is, and you lose line of sight of everything from here back, a blink is well, you have a like 70% chance of going in the right direction, and you can go a long way. So it's very nice to have access to. We have the resources to check down this staircase. Okay, excellent. So while monsters could wander by this area at some point, we know for sure that there isn't just an ambush guaranteed to be waiting at the bottom. Or it's not a semi vault where it was designed to have an ambush around it. Like the level was, yeah. There still could be an ambush down there, but it's much less likely. That gives us another escape point aside from just the exit. Plus, we have a lot of lines of sight to manipulate right around here. Seems good. Good start. Ooh, we should move off of it. It's a little worse now. Ooh, haste a vampiric draining seems like what we need to be doing. We are on fire. Swell. Is it vulnerable to anything? No. Not really. Ugh, itchy nose. Ow. There we go. Alright, we have that quivered. Alright. You are resistant to cold, yeah. Not resistant to destruction. Orbs of Destruction are actually really good when you're facing enemies with polearms. Although, I think I do want to try and get myself a zombie. That's excellent. Hail Draconian, okay. Interesting. Let's not stand in the steam. Exclamation point will shoot in a line past whatever you're shooting at. So if you don't have line of sight like we didn't there because of a cloud, you can just shoot all the way down and it would pierce all the way through. So that's why we did it like that. Man, tough zombie. Good job. I think that steam would be really bad for a mummy. Like, I can't think of anything that would be more likely to accelerate the process of decomposition than that. Why are we doing it like that? We need to be doing it like this. And then beating a hasty retreat. Let's also not explore this room that way. Let's see what other entrances there are. Yeah, not worried about running into that Zot trap. Blow up this storm dragon. Although, we could probably... no, we didn't get his corpse. Ooh, Firestorm, we're getting there. Okay. Ooh, I'm really glad that Moth of Wrath didn't berserk that dragon earlier. That would have been bad. Hey, Sungnif. Welcome back. Good to see you. Oops. 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 Trying it. There we go. Trying to get a bead on both of them without my zombies getting in the way. I don't think tentacled monstrosities leave behind a corpse. Okay, tentacled monstrosities, reasonably tough. Though, I am more worried about... Actually, Orbs of Fire don't seem like they're going to be too bad for us right now. If you have 3 pips of fire resistance, you're probably... And if you have 3 pips of fire resistance and resist mutation, you are going to be okay against Orbs of Fire. Did I hurt my own zombie? Oops. Didn't mean to. Promise. No. There we go. Boo-doo-doo. Liquid cold. Doing good things for us there. This is interesting. I like these long hallways. It's a good setup for us. For the whole orb launching thing. The run goes well. Oh, hey, Sunniff, you have to ask Dr. X about his last run. I say his, I don't mean to pigeonhole you. You have to ask the good doctor about the last run. I'm wiggling my eyebrows with conspiratorial camaraderie. If you can't see my eyebrows, I don't know what kind of resolution this has for all of y'all. We'll have to eat some food at some point tonight. I had a very good day. My girlfriend and I babysat her 2 or 3-year-old niece. 2 years old. What's the age where they're just they have like a few words there and they kind of like they can actually understand you, but they're still wearing like diapers, like pull-up diapers. Like they're not potty trained yet, but they've started to be able to say things. Not sure. Yeah, the mutations are like. Alright, Zot 1, clear. More or less. I mean, there are going to be monsters just sort of floating about, but mostly clear. Ring of Flight, is a thing. Yeah, rough time to die for sure, but very successful run. It's a very exciting feeling. This is immune to a lot of things, isn't it? Immune to electricity, poison, and negative energy, resistant to fire and cold. Immune to hostile enchantments. And it blinks all over the place. Oh, I don't think these things can leave corpses, so I don't know why I'm not just blowing it up. Zombie, zombie, zombie. Dragon zombies seem strong. They seem good. I really like the Zod levels. They tend to be these very like hallway sort of semi-vault like setups, and it just feels very like I don't know. It feels like a noticeable shift like from the rest of the dungeon. It's just kind of haphazard and full of decay to this like crazy warped temple or something. Stronghold. I just think it's really cool. Blown. Destroyed. Let's do this for now. let's make sure we don't accidentally explore that room, because that seems like it seems like it is going to be a challenge, and I would rather not do that before I get to a nice safe place and everywhere else. I guess things decided to come out of the room, possibly heard me through the walls. That's probably okay. I don't mind facing down a death cob here and there. The fact that the zombie dragons can trample is pretty cool. And yes, that was a walking corn cob. Your eyes did not deceive you. Okay. That looks insane. Oh, tentacled monstrosities can open doors. Those tentacles can be fairly dexterous. You've done exploring. Oh, I see. It's somehow... Yeah, it spirals back out from there, so we have to go through there. Ah, how clever. How clever. Oop. Yeah. Let's get into this hallway here. Get ourselves a zombie. Yeah, the death cobs. A dreadful undead cob of maize. Look, this was probably a mistake. We're sorry. I'll take some cold resistance over having it berserked. I don't know that that would actually do much now that I think about it, but it's possible that because I don't think it can cast spells if it's berserking. That seems good. Yeah. And then skedaddle. Ooh, our intelligence is back normal. Firestorm is at 17% failure rate. I'm glad you feel that way. Yeah, I really like this game. It's so much fun. It has so much replayability, and I like it's not just there are a billion pointless side quests that you can do to, and you have to it's a completely different game every time you play it. Um, it's awesome, and anything can happen. Anything can happen in that. Ooh, that's right. We get a second boost to necromancy. I forgot. That's cool. So we really need to be using vampire draining more now. Cool. We can almost cast Firestorm. You're very nearly there. And if you haven't seen it before, you're gonna dig it. It's pretty fun. I do get a little bit goofy with them sometimes. I probably cast the spell far more often than I need to. Though, it is really cool. There's no hunger clock to worry about on this guy. Ooh, that looks scary. It's very scary. Come here. We are covered in liquid flames. Sorry I went quiet there for a second. I just kind of got into a groove there. And Gold Dragon Zombie is not going to happen there. 7. We are 204 hit points. Out of a possible 205, should we find a Wand of Healing? Yeah, even if you're resistant to fire, it's not a great idea to stand in a cloud of it. Just saying. That's right, they're not actually weak to cold. Haha! Stole your sword! Now I must slay thee. Okay. A +1 cloak. Yeah, if you don't have a good cloak before you get to Zot, you can pick up at least a decent one at some point, because many of the Draconians wear cloaks, and they're very nearly always magical in some way. Many of them have egos, many are just, +1, +2. Which, it's better than what you got. You have a regular old cloak on. Now's the time to change that. Okay. Yeah, we're alright. Don't care about the zombie that much. +2 Ring of Protection. I think we are a little bit beyond +2 protection. +2 armor class. Gauntlet, yeah, yep. That is definitely a good way to earn your chops in these kind of things. Like, I have to pay money when I die? This is the worst. If I run out of money, I just can't play this game anymore until I make more money. Or, ask my parents for more money. Conjuration's at level 21. Cool. Cool. Firestorm's still at 17. Very resistant to hostile enchantments. Ooh, Draconians. Maybe I'll do a Draconian sometime soon. Those are fun. I might do some little one-off Draconian runs. I really like just rushing through the dungeon with a Draconian, just rampaging through, not really caring if I die until I get one with a really cool color. and then just having fun with it. What about Trakima's dance? Does that work? Yeah, excellent. That way, the sword of draining is on our side. Ooh, can shifters banish us? I don't recall. Yeah, like the descriptions where you can, you can choose to read this. Trogdor was a man. I mean, he was a dragon man. Or maybe he was just a dragon. And then a Trogdor comes in the night. Forgotten about that. Goofy stuff. Slain by his brother. It's not what I meant to do. I meant to Chukima's dance. Ooh. Does being in tune with the powers of death, is that just necromancy, or is that hexes as well? Because that's really cool. I forget. I want to say it is. Maybe it's just that there are some necromantic hexes that... Oh yeah, I should see if he can banish us. Oh no, just blinking things. Alright. Yeah, the shifters are weird. Dimension Anchor locks you down. It can be very scary. I think that's what it does. Basically inflicts a stasis effect on you. A cursed toe! Oh no! Actually, it doesn't really matter to us. Though mushrooms are kind of annoying enemies, Torment doesn't affect us. So, these foes are much less scary. So yeah, experience gain with this guy has been pretty rough. But the late game is very strong. Kind of a hyper carry. Like, once you get to the point where you can just farm Pandemonium for experience, I think a mummy wizard, or not a mummy wizard, but a mummy spellcaster can... I think we can go all the way with Tiberius Buck. Heir to the Pharaoh Buck. Alright. On to Zot 3. A little annoyed that we've had such low piety with Ashen this whole time. I guess we could have, put on an Amulet of Faith at some point if we had really felt like it. Alrighty. It also, the varied layout, the varied layout of Zot means that characters that are very heavily reliant on positioning, like stabbers and like pure ranged weapon dudes, glass cannons. Glass cannons are stealthy creatures. It makes you really have to change up your gameplay. It's a very dramatic shift. Like for us, we don't really care. Like it's nice if things don't notice us right away, but we're casting powerful stuff that's just gonna blow things up and alert everything to our presence anyway. So we don't care about stealth really. I mean, positioning is important for everyone clearly, but it's not as like we can do damage at any range, but like stabbers can't necessarily do any damage at all if they are too far away. Yikes. Okay, well. Might as well use up all our mana on that thing because it will drain it away anyway. Yeah, and all that to say, there are things that I do like about the modern video game era. Like there are some things that are really, really being done well. Like I think that the League of Legends sort of esports push is going well. Because there's always been, there have always been core games that there will be tournaments for, and you can kind of be a pro gamer that way, sort of. If you have a lot of capital to invest, in not having a job while you train, you can basically be a professional gamer. And I think there will always be that opportunity for people. But with an organized sports league, you can have you can be a professional gamer. There's a much wider range of skill that you can have if it's a team-based game and there is a large league with lots of teams, or there are many teams all competing against each other. Because the a lot of the one-on-one games are very stratified. Like you have the best 50 StarCraft players in the world, and then you have everyone else that gets destroyed by the best 50 players in the world, or what have you. So it's just not as accessible. Uh, it's like when they turned poker into kind of a sport, and they had TV events and um, just like constantly there it's going on. I don't know. I think it's going well, and I'm happy for that because I really think that um, you know sports that don't have the potential to give you concussions are pretty sweet. Like you're never going to get a concussion playing video games. Like you can get carpal tunnel if you're not careful. There are still long-term effects, but yeah, we can just kind of do that and then run away. And also there is definitely a lot of fun in just beautiful video games, like making full use of the graphical capabilities of our era. But I think that there's definitely a big problem with AAA game companies right now, and that's that it's well, it's kind of like what I imagine Hollywood was in the the early part of the 20th century. We're just it was kind of a no man's land, and it really was very Hobbesian state of nature, very dog eat dog, and like you could just make a ton of money by being incredibly ruthless and taking advantage of things and just churning out junk. I mean, there are tons of games that Pure Naga. It looks quite attractive. Oh, that's so funny. That's awesome. I did not notice that. Maybe either that's new or I just never noticed it at all on my Naga that I had. Either one of those is entirely possible. Let's pull this guy upstairs. We probably ought to be stair dancing a little more. It's really the safer tactic. Ooh. Firestorm's at 12%. We're almost there. We're so close. We're gonna have it for Zot 5, and that's the important thing. Having it at like 5% is really where we want to be. Though it probably will be around 7, like 7 to 10 for some time. He just smiled, gave me a Vegemite sandwich. Stop blinking. Maybe they're programmed to do that. Maybe that's actually in their AI. That wouldn't surprise me. Oh, okay. For a second, I saw the iron shot hit us, and I saw red, and I thought that his health was ours. And I was like, ah! But no, we're fine. All right, I will be right back. I absolutely have to go grab some water. Okay. Alrighty. I have returned with a beverage with which to quench my thirst. Yeah, I really think that they are just designed to be able to. No, those are white dragons. Never mind. Never mind. Remember to use vampiric draining there. Ooh, let's Jakima's dance. Ooh, the flail knows it. It's cool. Flail of crushing. So it won't tell us what it actually does until we pick it up. I guess that makes sense. Plus 10 flail nozzets, crushing dexterity plus 3. If we used flails, that'd be pretty cool. But yes, I do play on a laptop. I have it on a desktop as well. There's the desktop, but I don't have a microphone. Well, no, I have a microphone, but I do not have for the desktop, and that is why I play on my laptop. That, and comfy, just hanging out in my PJs. Why did I do that? Why am I even using this staircase? It's a terrible staircase. Alright, much better. There we go. Doo-ba-doo-boo. I am tempted to pick it up just so that they can't use it. If I can't have it, no one will. Oh no! That was not my intention. Discord seems good. I hadn't used Discord yet today. It was an appropriate time to do so. Yeah, I mean, I have to, like, I enjoy dressing up. I enjoy looking good. I very much enjoy wearing suits, but I do a lot of that at work, and when I'm home, I just want to hang out. What is the correct play here? That, and then I'll step up, and then we can Frostbolt. I think we can get a better line here. Yeah, having all that range on that crossbow is really cool. Alright, excellent. Spellcasting at 21. Cool. 12%. Oh, we're so close. Two pips away from max power, but that's still fine. That's enough. That is enough. I don't know why I'm using a cold spell against a white draconian, but, sometimes I get a little bit distracted. No, zombie! Sorry, zombie. Yeah, let's pick that up just so that we can't, just so that we don't have to worry about bumping into something wielding it later on. Oh, well, except we've basically cleared the level, so we can drop it. I mean, it's a strong weapon. It's not particularly exciting. I mean, it doesn't have. I mean, it's just a +10 flail and gives you a small bonus to dexterity, but that's still good. I mean, if you find that early on, that's really strong. Okay. Zop 4. Alright. So it's a more vaultsy style level here. Yeah, I'm trying to focus a little bit more on positioning here. Just because Uh, huh. Huh. That's a good crossbow as well. Not quite as good as the one we have. The intelligence +3 is insane, and the penetration is fantastic. Very versatile, but I think it's worth grabbing. I think if we find ourselves lacking in eh, if we find ourselves lacking in single target damage at some point, I could see switching over. Like if we just need specifically line of fire single target damage, but or if we actually that's a good point. If we shuffle a lot of our other equipment around to the point where we would not be using every pip of resistance, if there is a way to maximize our other equipment by switching to a crossbow that gives us resist fire instead of resist cold, because both give resist electric, meaning that slot is filled no matter what. But like if we found some gloves that were just absolutely insane, like +5 intelligence and wizardry and partridge in a pear tree, we could switch out the crossbow to a resist fire crossbow and blah blah blah. Because right now we have exactly 3 pips of everything. It's really kind of beautiful. Oh no, that's not true. We have an extra, we have 1 pip too many of resist fire. We do have exactly 3 pips of resist cold. Alright, so we actually could at some point switch out. Okay. Good to know that we have some redundancy there. So I would like to do some like I would switch the I would love an artifact ring with the sustainabilities effect and a bonus to intelligence. If I had to pick any item to find out of nowhere, that would be it. I mean, if it did other things too, that would be sweet, but that by itself would be just awesome. The -4 scale mail of surprise! Just poison strength will see +2. Not the worst, but I think ours is actually better. Scale mail is kind of a yeah, base armor rating 6, encumbrance rating 11, as opposed to our base armor rating 5, encumbrance rating 7. Scale mail is very inefficient. Like, you can still use it if you get a really good artifact, but -4 scale mail is way, way worse than a +5 ring mail, even at high armor levels. Let's just do that. Let's try a different route. And let's make sure nothing's sneaking up on us. Like this. Purple Draconian. Fall to my magical might. Oh. Interesting. Bolt of Cold, pretty good here, though. Not bad here either. But we do need to be conscious that we are nearly out of mana. We can use our Bolts of Penetration. That's always cool. Yeah, that's really neat. And let our zombies do some work. We recuperate, and then we can blow him up. Cool, more zombies. Oh, that's true. That's right. Thank you, Genja. That is correct. Yeah, we have a hip of vulnerability, so we are at exactly the correct number of hips of resist fire. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, that feels really good. Super efficient. No, 1 pip of resist fire is needed to get back to neutral for mummies. So yeah, I was not factoring that in at all, and that's very true. So we are just we have very efficient equipment right now. That makes me happy. Cool. Think I will probably hmm. Let's see how I'm doing in a minute here. See how much of Zot 5 I want to do. Because I am pretty hungry. I haven't eaten much food today. I was busy watching a wee child, which was kind of fun. She's cute, but they just have so much energy. I like that we've built up a lot of zombies here. I think that's pretty nice considering that we're going to be having to deal with Zot 5 monsters, which I am happy. I'm very pleased that we have not encountered an orb of fire in Zot 1 through 4. I think that's pretty cool. Alright, so I want to clear, I think, the outer area of Zot 5. I don't think I'm going to go into the orb antechamber. Well, we'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling, but I get the feeling like trying to retrieve the orb while hungry is maybe not the best idea. Though Firestorm is very nearly castable. I kind of want to cast it on some things. Oh. Smite targeting is awesome. It lets you break the game. This is kind of the perfect spot for us. It sadly doesn't work with translucent rock walls, or else you could do that more frequently, but that's a pretty cool setup. That was a lot of critters that we were able to kill. Ha. Hellfire, ow. Ouchie. Let's just back up a bit. No need to be hasty. Unless we're casting a spell. But how's it missing? It seems a little odd. You're right next to him. What is he? Oh, bolts. Okay. Ba-dum. We are actually pretty close to level 27. That's cool. Our power will reach its height. Actually, it won't even be close. Oh, wow. Well, thanks for watching, Genja. I tell you what, I'll wait until next time to grab the orb. Well, no, I'm not grabbing the orb. That's right. I'm continuing on. I will be playing many more sessions with this. Never mind. I was about to say I didn't want you to miss the ascension, but you won't. I'll make sure you're here. Have a good night. I think the correct choice for me as well is to stop before I actually go too much further. Need to eat some food. Ooh, yikes. This might be... No. Surely that's not the entrance. No, it's not. Never mind. Just got scared there for a second because I wasn't really paying attention to where I was going. Oh, Firestorm is so close. I'm really glad that he didn't notice me closing that door. A killer clown! Oh no! A comical figure, full of life and laughter. It looks very happy to see you, but is there a slightly malicious cast to its features? Is that red face paint or something altogether less pleasant? They change damage types. They're kind of like ugly things. They change damage types based on their color. They just do it very rapidly. Cursed Toe, not too worried about Cursed Toe, actually. Um, let's back up a ways. We can just abjure these guys. Aura of Abjuration, actually, probably something I should have. Oh, an Orb of Fire, and we only have 20 mana points. Oh, this is so scary. Let's... no, shucks. I was hoping to blink away from it. It was kind of a gamble there. Well, I think we'll be okay. Let's make sure to quiver Silver Bolts. Let's see what we can do here. All right. Okay, so the Silver Bolts can do a decent amount of damage. The Orbs of Destruction, less so. This is where having Resist Mutation is so important. We would have been mutated like 4 times by now. It's taking a while, but I think we'll get there. Having 3 pips of fire resistance is, as you can see, very important in this situation. Even with Resist Mutation, there is still a chance that we're being mutated. But we won't actually be mutated, we will just be reduced. Our maximum hit points will be reduced. Okay, good. We got it. Oh, that's either another Orb of Fire or an Ancient Lich. Let's back up. Or maybe Killer Clowns? Possibly. I don't know. I didn't bother to see if it looked extremely dangerous or not. No, looks like it might be a bunch of Orbs of Fire, so let's skedaddle. I think I've said that word 3 times tonight. Let's actually, you know what? Let's try another staircase here. Oh, hi. Hi there, guys. Come with me. Okay. The nice thing about Lehudib's Crystal Spear is that it doesn't. It works. It's equally effective against things standing right next to you as it is against things 4 tiles away. Ooh. All right. I have to move this over here. If I can get the cover open, there we go. I have to plug in my phone. Excellent. There we go. Put that there like that. Okay, excellent. All right. And okay, that was staircase number 3. Oh, let's. It's silly to leave a staircase unexplored here. Not taking the escape hatch down into Zot 5, that seems like a terrible idea. Can't think of too many worse ones. I think one mistake I've been making is that I haven't been stair dancing enough. I think I've been too concerned about getting zombies set up on the level to be as safe as I am supposed to be. Where does this take me? Okay. Hi there, Orb of Fire. Not worth it. I was hoping that it would circle around and hit it, but hey, there we go. Level 27. And we get another point into intelligence. Oh, yes. 6 more hit points. Deal. More if our fighting isn't even maxed out. Ooh. Firestorm at 10% failure. I could cast it in a pinch. Not my favorite idea, but a killer clown appears from thin air. Not cool. Let's just firebolt. Let's back up. We can pull one of these guys up with us. Shadow dragons are the least intimidating to us because we are immune to their breath weapon. Though they still pack a punch. I mean, they're still a freaking dragon. Let's put an exclusion there, just in case. And, an orb of fire. Hello, old foe. Ooh, nice. Got that one in 2. Orb of Destruction can be really powerful when it lands. Yeah, we are post-Zot powerful right now. An Orb Guardian comes into view. It must have also moved out of view. Hey, there it is. Come here. Alright. Okay. Fortunately, they are extremely resistant to hostile enchantments, so popping into the middle of a bunch of them and casting Discord is not likely to work. But okay, so this is the entrance to the. You can kind of see it, the chambers surrounding the orb. There's a chamber here. There's another one here. There's another one here. And then there are two beneath those. The orb is right there, I think. Yeah, it's like right there. So yeah, and this is the kind of place where, if you are completely out of resources and you're way underpowered, you can just, teleport around a bunch and hope to grab the orb and get out of there. But I kind of want to clear out some of this just so I'm not totally caught off guard the next time I play. But I'm starting to get a little woozy from being really, really hungry. So, oh, we still have Silver Bolts quivered. We need to take it off of that. Let's go to Steel Bolts. I can do a little bit of extra damage. Oh, an Ancient Lich. Okay. Ancient Liches are tough. Well, let's see how it goes. Let's get back a bit. Alright. Yeah, teleporting for it, if you have like 10 or 15 teleports, I'd say 15. 10 is the low end. You can just read scroll after scroll until you land near it, then use a scroll of blinking to get onto it. Although, I don't know if that works with controlled teleport, with minus controlled teleport. It might still be random, or it might be randomized by that. I mean, it's doable, but yeah, it often doesn't end well. Cool. Alright. So I think I want to back up to about here, and I'm going to end the stream for the evening. I really, really need to eat, and that's not a good state to be in when you're about to fight through these areas. Because as strong as we are, this little section here could just totally kill us. Like, it's one of the hardest things in the game. One of them. It is much harder than some of the side stuff that you can do up to this point. Like, it's definitely harder than the slime pits. We could easily go back and just clear out the slime pits right now. More or less. I mean, that I'm speaking very loosely. But yeah, for now, we'll end it here. Next time we will definitely clear through the orb, and from there we'll explore our options. Probably I'll do Abyss and Slime Pits the Abyssal Room and the Slimy Rune, and then I will actually probably do the Tomb before I do Pandemonium or the Hells. I think that's going to be easier. Uh, Between Ashen blocking curses and being immune to many of the curses, I think we'll be okay. We'll kind of see through the crypts how that goes, but I just think that there's a lot of stuff that's going to be irrelevant to us there. So yeah, we might be able to get up to 6 runes before we even pop into the Hells or Pandemonium. Right? Because yeah, Slime, Abyss, Tomb, and then we have the 4 Hells, which are the Iron City of Dis, Gehenna, Cocytus, and Tartarus. Iron City of Dis is like a bunch of just strong things, like iron dragons and golems and things. Tartarus is the hell of the undead, the Hades kind of place. Gehenna is fire, and Cocytus is ice, and they're all pretty tough. And then there are 5 runes scattered throughout. So that would be 10, and then there are 5 runes scattered throughout Pandemonium, guarded by just super duper, super strong things. Insanely strong bosses. They're crazy. But yeah, that's all for now. We will explore more next time, and as always, thanks for watching. It's a pleasure having you guys and gals and others. And so yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.